This meeting is now reconvened at 4:30 p.m., 4:34 p.m. Board members present in the board auditorium are Trustee Allen, Trustee Wade, Trustee Guidry, Trustee Santos, Trustee Cruz, Trustee Baker, Trustee Hernandez. Are there any board members via Zoom? Okay, Trustee Dygard is present via Zoom. Trustee Dygard, are you there? We are posted for 4:30 p.m. for public hearing on the School Financial Integrity Rating System of Texas, School First. We would normally hear from our registered speakers at this time. However, no one has signed up to speak regarding School First. Superintendent House, you have the floor.
So at this time, I'd like to move forward and turn the podium over to, and Glenn, we'll go ahead and have you to sit given the circumstances. We'll go ahead and turn it over to our Chief Financial Officer, Glenn Reek.
Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving break. So this is the public hearing for the School Finance Integrity Rating System of Texas, called FIRST. The notice was published in the Houston Chronicle for this public hearing. It is based on the 2020-2021 fiscal year, so it's basically almost a 2-year lag in doing reporting for the fiscal year. So it's a 21-22 rating, but it's for the fiscal year prior to that. Whoops. So first of all, just kind of the objectives and the data. The objectives are really to assess the quality of financial management of a public school, to measure and report how resources are allocated for instructional purposes, to fairly evaluate our financial management decisions, and then openly report results to the public, which of course is the public hearing. So School First is based on indicators. Those indicators are based on points. So of course, it's typical scale for A, B, C, and F, as you can see here on the screen. So we earned a rating of C, or meets achievement, meets standard achievement, with a score of 79 out of 100, and I will explain a little bit more about that as we get further into the presentation. So this is just a summary of all the indicators. Indicators 1 through 10, as you can see, we've passed all the indicators in 21-22. We had 2 points off of indicator 8, which is normal. That's been a trend for several years. On this slide, it will cover each individual one as we go through the presentation. We did have one, number 17, that we did fail, and I'll talk about that here in a little future. But overall, from a score point, we had 98 points out of 100. However, we had item number 17, and you cannot score more than a 79 with number 17 failing. So we'll talk about that here in a few minutes. So indicators 1, 2, 17, and 18 of the School First. As you can see, the first one was, did we submit our CAFR, or ACFR, to TEA within the 150-day deadline? We did. You all approved that last month, and we submitted that to TEA. Did we have an unmodified opinion? We did. If we don't, then it's a fail for the entire rating, but we did have an unmodified opinion. I also asked whether we had a clean audit and no material weakness or internal controls. This is the one that we did fail. We had a material weakness last year related to a in-kind donation that did not get recorded. And then a clean audit that indicates the district had no material weaknesses and internal controls. So we did get all of our points on that. So on this one, item number 17 is where we had that material weakness. That has since been completed and resolved. Did we pay all of our, item indicators number 3 and 4, did the district pay all of our bills and obligations on time? We did, so we passed that indicator. And did we pay our obligations to TRS, Texas Workforce Commission, Internal Revenue Service? We did, so we passed that indicator as well. Fund balance, did we have a significant decrease in fund balances? We did not have a decrease in fund balance, so we passed that indicator. Cash on hand, how long in days after the fiscal year end could the district have operated without new revenue? The indicator for 10 points is greater than or equal to 90 days. So we did earn those full 10 points for fund balance or cash on hand. Can the district pay its short-term debt from current assets? This one we scored 8 out of 10 points. Indicators 9 and 10, did the district spend more than it earned? So we did not spend more than we earned last year. So we received 10 points. You can see the indicator at the bottom what the scale is. So if you spend more than you earn, then basically using fund balance, you get a 0 on this indicator. And then were the district budgeted revenue estimates accurate? It's a greater than or less than 10%, and we earned all 10 points on that one as well. Indicator 11 is long-term solvency. This asks about the district's long-term solvency, basically looking to ensure that we can pay our long-term debts with the assets we have. We earned 10 points on this one. So basically, if your debts are more than your assets, then you're going to earn a 0 on this one. But we were not in that situation. Indicator number 12, future debt payments. This indicator asks about the district's ability to make our principal and interest payments. It's basically looking at our property values and making sure that our values per $100 will allow us to make our future debt payments. This one, you just have to be less than or equal to a 4. We met that. We're less than 4. So we earned all 10 points on this item as well. Administrative cost ratio. So this is the administrative costs for the district. For a district our size, it's different for different size districts, but for a district for our size, the size has to be less than 8.5% or 0.0855. Our administrative cost ratio is 4.76%, so we're fairly close to half below what the state's threshold is on administrative cost ratio. Item indicators 14 and 15. Did the district experience a significant student to staff ratio decline? They're looking for the district not having more than a 15% decline in the ratio. We had a 5% decline in the ratio. So we received all 10 points on this indicator. 15 is not being scored. Indicator number 16, this is our PEIMS data comparison. So when we submit that ACFR last month, they look to make sure that when we submit it and send in the copy, that there's no variance between what the actual PEIMS PEIMS submission is as well. So you have to be within 3% threshold. We had a 0%, so we received that indicator as well, 10 points. Indicator 19 and 20, did we post required financial information on the website? We do have a page where we have all of our required postings and notices and so forth. They go and they check that. We received all 5 points for that because we do post all that information. And then did the district discuss property values? We passed that one. We discussed property values several times in the spring whenever after we received our values. There's also some additional required disclosures that can be found at the page here on this screen, but it's also on our budgeting and financial planning website under the public notices for, you can see prior years as well, but it has some additional information that's required to be posted, and we maintain that on our website. And that is our school first presentation.
Trustees, I think this should be in your inbox. I don't see it in mine yet, but it was emailed to us just right now. Oh, okay, it's coming. Trustee Guidry.
Thank you so much for this presentation, Chief Reed. Let me ask, was this presented last year as well? Okay, I must have
Yes,
still
ma'am.
been in La La Land somewhere, okay? 'Cause I don't
Basically, it's
remember.
usually every December.
Okay, yeah, I was in La La Land. What, maybe, yeah. Okay, and so, can you go back to, I believe it's the slide that shows that one failure we had?
Whoops, too fast.
Okay, so it's item 17, correct?
There it is, item number 17.
Okay,
Yes.
can you explain that one more time? What was our weakness? And then after you explain it, can you tell me what we can do to change it or what we are preparing to do to make sure that we do pass that item?
So this was, it was a material weakness related to an in-kind donation that was made to the district, basically around the Operation Connectivity donation. It was multiple pieces with the county, with the state, and with the district. It basically came down to training. So that we've put some additional processes in place on those in-kind donations to make sure that we don't have that ongoing.
Okay, and so it was like an in-kind donation that kind of slipped by that was not reported, and we put
Well,
things in.
it's never happened before, this type of, it was where if we put so much money towards buying computing devices, then the county would donate a certain amount of dollars, and then whatever the county donated, then the state would donate
would
their
match it.
portion.
Okay.
So there was a misunderstanding in that, just how that would happen. We've never done that before.
Okay,
So we've put some processes in place to make sure when something like that happens,
okay,
that
perfect.
proper training happens.
And then on slide 16, so that amount, the district experienced a significant student-to-staff ratio decline. We sure that's correct? Because it seems like it's a little off, but we checked these numbers, right?
We do.
All right, Chief, I trust you. And then the last thing is, with just one failure, why do we have a C?
Because on this item, there are several items, so let me go back here. So this 1, 2, 17, and 18, and 3 and 4 are not points. There is 18 as a point, but the rest of them are pass-fail. So if we did not submit our ACFR on time, then we fail the entire, it's a zero, we're below standard.
The whole,
The whole thing,
Thing,
doesn't matter
got
what
it.
you make, we could have 98 up there, but we fail.
got you.
Right, on this particular one, the district can't score more than 79%, even if the other indicators are met.
Are met. Got you.
Right.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Trustee Wade?
Thank you, Chief Reed. Slide 12, please. Number 9. Going forward, I think really what I'm going to ask you in the next two questions is how do you perceive this to go in year 25? And I ask this because I know we know what's coming. So, in that case, how would we manage this forecast that you're showing us today? I know I'm looking forward, but I just wanted to understand that.
Yeah, so a couple things on here, and if you look on the question, on indicator number 9 on the left-hand side there, it says, did the school district's, revenues equal or exceed expenditures? Well,
Exactly.
we didn't exceed it, but if we do overspend, if we spend more than our actual revenues,
Right.
there's the second part there that says, if not, was the school district's number of days of cash on hand greater than or equal to 60 days? So if we spend more than we earn, but our cash on hand is over 60 days, we can still earn the points.
Right, okay. I just want to make sure that that's something going forward. So let me go to 13 then, slide 13. Again, this goes back into that same question, long-term solvency. So let me read the criteria real quick. Anyway, will you explain that? If we were to get in this position, how would that work in the criteria? Does that make sense?
So what it's really basically doing is just looking at the district's total assets, total
Right.
liabilities, doing a ratio, right? So the closer you get to 1, the more risk you have of being insolvent.
Right.
Right.
Which is what I'm asking, are we gonna
Yes,
be,
we're at 39%, so what they're looking for is well below 60, so we're even we're, a little bit more than half below even the highest ratio. So we're in good shape.
Okay, thank you.
Trustee Hernandez?
Thank you. I had one other question. On number 13,
This one?
yes, so what is the definition that TEA uses for administration?
They're basically looking at function 41 and function 21. And then they're comparing that then to instructional 11, 12, 13 as the denominator. So
So who is included in function 41 and 21?
that's general administration and
Administration on the campus level?
no, that's function 23. That's also included in the instructional side. But function 41 is our general administration. 21 is your school administration, like our area superintendents, our SSOs, anything that's instructional supervision.
Okay,
So supervising a principal or staff.
okay, thank you. Nobody on the campus level, though?
No, it is not.
Trustees, any other questions? All right, we will take a 10-minute recess and resume at 5 p.m. exactly for our regular board meeting.